Welcome back to Tempo Control, and it's a special time. A new Pokémon has been revealed. Now in Japan, this creature is known as Magearna, but I believe we'll likely know it here in the States as Magearna. And that's not like Magearna, that's not Magearna, anything like that. And gears and automation are part of its design. I think the localization will likely go with Magearna. Anyhow, the Pokémon Company says, meet Magearna, the latest mythical Pokémon to be discovered. Known as the artificial Pokémon, Magearna has a metallic body and was created by humans 500 years ago. You'll be able to see Magearna when it appears in the next Pokémon movie, expected to come out later in 2016. So what about that movie? Well, the summary from the Pokémon Company goes as follows. In this latest cinematic adventure, Ash meets the mythical Pokémon Volcanion when it crashes down from the sky, creating a cloud of dust, and a mysterious force binds the two of them together. Volcanion despises humans and tries to get away, but it is forced to drag Ash along as it continues its rescue mission. They arrive in a city of cogs and gears, where a corrupt minister has stolen the ultimate invention, the artificial Pokémon Magearna, created 500 years ago. He plans to use its mysterious power to take control of this mechanical kingdom. Can Ash and Volcanion work together to rescue Magearna? One of the greatest battles in Pokémon history is about to unfold. So what's interesting with Magearna is we're at another point where Pokémon generations come into play. And if you're not familiar with the term, you have Generation 1 through 6 so far, and that's based off of the series of mainline games. So you're probably familiar with Pokémon Red and Blue and Yellow, and that's Generation 1. Then we have Gold, Silver, and Crystal, that's 2, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald is 3, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum as 4, Black and White 2 is 5, and then X and Y recently is Generation 6. But it creates the question, are we on the forefront of a new generation, a new series of games? Because these usually come out with new batches of Pokemon, and Magearna is not in this group of Pokemon that was revealed with Pokemon X and Y. So what is it? First, let's consider the history of Pokemon that have kind of been hidden on the cartridge, not able to be obtained in the game until it's later unlocked through a secret event, ultimately featured in a movie. Let's go back to Generation 2 though, and that happened with Celebi. In Generation 3, it was Jirachi and Deoxys. Generation 4, we had Darkrai, Shaman, and Arceus. In Generation 5, there was Keldeo and Genesect. We also had Meloetta, but Meloetta wasn't really featured in a movie in a prominent role, so there's also that. And then in Gen 6, we've had Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion. And Magearna doesn't fall into Generation 6. It doesn't have a national Pokédex number, so that kind of thickens the plot even a little bit more. Because there have been Pokemon that have been featured in a Pokemon movie before the main game and Generations release in Japan. Interesting, right? In Generation 2, we had Lugia and Marill before Gold and Silver. Generation 3, there was Latios and Latias before Ruby and Sapphire. Now, their movie came after the game's release in America, but not in Japan. In Generation 4, there was Lucario and Manaphy before Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And in Generation 5, Victini and Zoroark were both revealed before Black and White came out in Japan. And that leads us back to Magearna. Is Magearna the first revealed Pokemon that will be featured in a movie before Generation 7? Now there's a lot on the Pokemon Company's plate this year. It is the 20th anniversary as they featured in a Super Bowl commercial. There is Pokemon Go, the mobile game planned. There's Pokkén Tournament. But recently the head of the Pokemon Company said that there's one other major unannounced project that they're working on. If we put the pieces together, and in our hopest of hopes, you would hope that Generation 7 would be a game that comes out on Nintendo NX. I know I said it, but think about it. If NX is going to be a platform that is a console and a handheld, you'd think that the one thing that has held Pokemon back from being on console for the longest time, it's always been said that Pokemon is a handheld game because of the ease of the portability and the trading and battling with others. But if NX features a handheld that you can take away from your console, take it with you on the go, bring it back, sync it up, play on the home console with a unified development architecture, if that's where Gen 7 goes, that would be exciting. That would be why they can't talk about it, until E3, ideally when NX gets revealed. And that may be when we see Gen 7, when we see what Magearna actually is. It's an exciting time for Pokemon fans, so stay tuned for 2016.